And we're live. Hello everyone in Facebook land. Beautiful spring day today. Hope it continues to last. So in my promise to keep coming to you with more regular little bits of information on Facebook Live, today I'm going to talk to you about what is probate. So after someone passes away and the executors or family members come in to see me, I'm quite often asked, well, what is probate? Well, probate is not a tax, so that's quite often what people are worried about, that they have to pay some kind of death tax. But probate is not death tax. Probate is merely the grant from the Supreme Court that a will is valid and that the executors can then go on and administer the estate. So if someone passes away and there's no will, the equivalent to probate in that case is called letters of administration, and the Supreme Court will issue a grant of representation in that case. So no, probate is not a tax. Like I said, it is a validation by the Supreme Court to proceed with the administration of the estate. Now, probate's not always required though. So probate is required when there are certain kind of assets that need it. So there are quite a few deceased estates that don't actually need probate or letters of administration to be able to administer them and wind them up. So some of those sorts of estates include estates where there's a lot of jointly owned property, when there's money in the bank that is less than $50,000, where there are shares that can be sold and off-market transfers occur, and quite often super and life insurance policies don't need a grant of representation. So no, probate's not always needed. However, there are some things you can't do without probate. So you definitely need probate where there is money in the bank over $50,000, and you definitely need probate if there's real estate and a few other bits and pieces. There are also other benefits of getting probate. So if the executor's quite worried, they might want the protection of the Supreme Court grant, because then certain other timeframes run once there's a grant provided, and they can't be chased personally liable for debts and things after the administration of the estate. So there are other steps to take, but a probate grant can also provide protection to an executor. However, there are some estates where you wouldn't bother with probate if an estate, for example, is an insolvent estate. So there's quite a lot of little factors in there, but that main question, like I said at the beginning, is a lot of people will ask me, well, what is probate? It's not a tax, it's a grant from the Supreme Court, and it applies when there's a will. And a similar grant when there's no will or there's complexities about an existing will is called letters of administration, and you get a grant of representation. So hopefully that clears up a little bit of trivia about what probate is and when it's required or not in a deceased estate. So I'll see you again hopefully next week to continue these little snippets of information.